Dr. Michael Hester at University of West Georgia's Director of Debate, and for the past 3 weeks I've spent training time, teaching time, coaching time with a combination of university students, teachers at secondary schools, and secondary school students. And my trip began back at the beginning with Kigali Public Library and approximately 30 university students who are part of iDebate Rwanda's training staff. So the great thing about the iDebate model is it has university students serve as coaches and assistants to secondary school debate programs. And my first few days here were spent working with those university students, making sure we're all on the same page in terms of discussing argument and debate, and not only the vocabulary we would use and the concepts we would use, but some of the pedagogy we would use when working with young people and teaching them how to formulate arguments, the process whereby arguments become debate winning points, the format of debate, and even some practice debates themselves. At the conclusion of that time period working with those university trainers, I then moved on later in the week and worked with secondary school instructors here located in the capital, Kigali. And that was a lot of fun. It was working with individuals who are teachers, so I was in a room with educators like myself, and we were able to share our experiences together, what it's like to be in a classroom, what it's like to have students, how to motivate them, inspire them, and of course, most importantly, educate them. And those sessions were 6 hours in length with groups of teachers who came to learn not only about argument and debate, but also perhaps how to incorporate some of that into their other classroom activities.
My name is Edwin Mukesi. I'm a teacher of English at SOS Technical School.
I'm glad that today I've been part of the iDebate Teachers Facilitation Training. It's been really nice. I have learned one new ways about debating, the world's format, and I've also I've learned in depth about argument and critical thinking and how to help learners be more critical in their presentations. It's been really nice.
I was able to travel to Eastern Province. Now, although I had been to Rwanda before in May of 2019, this was my first time traveling outside of the capital, and I found it fascinating. Beautiful scenery continued, wonderful people I got to meet. We visited Kayonza, Ngoma, and Kigali, and during that time I was able to work with instructors who teach at schools in the Eastern Province. All told, more than 100 secondary school instructors were able to take part in this training. It's more than 60 here in the capital and more than 40 in the Eastern Province. The sessions were very similar, 6-hour sessions approximately, where I would work with the instructors. Many of these individuals, this was their first time coming to debate or learning about debate. And so we started really at the ground level of what is argument, and then moved our way up so that by the end of the 6-hour session, they were actually participating in a debate. I find it very important for individuals who are learning about debate to actually do some debating. One, because that's the fun part of it. And then secondly, I think it gives them a better understanding of what it means to teach the activity that they are then having to do. At the conclusion of that time in Eastern Province, we returned, and that third week allowed me to make some individual school visits. I visited Riviera High School, I visited Excella High School. We also engaged in some online discussions with other students, and in that time I really got to work closely with secondary school students themselves, which is always a lot of fun because they have a lot of energy and ambition, and I love hearing the reasons why they're interested in debate. Those sessions are more free-flowing. It really depends on what the institution is looking for. So for example, in Excella, there were more than 120 students in the room. These were all S2, 3, and 4 English literature students. These young teenagers, some of whom were familiar with debate, but most of whom were not, really were just getting a taste of the activity. And we had a lot of fun debating whether student use of electronic devices at school improves education. On the other hand, at Riviera, where you have a more developed debate team, I met them and we talked more advanced strategy and tactics. They had an upcoming competition and they were loaded with questions. Approximately 20 to 25 students were at that meeting, and that was much more like a coaching session, something I'm familiar with in my more now than a quarter century as Director of Debate at the University of West Georgia. And over the course of those 3 weeks, I'm able to proudly say that we were able to train more than 100 teachers, work with more than 30 university trainers for iDebate Rwanda, and personally meet with more than 200 secondary school students. And all encompassed in that is promoting iDebate Rwanda's mission of debate as an activity that really strengthens the nation here and the region of East Africa, the belief that critical thinking as opposed to coercion, and the idea of research, building your own education while still relying on your lived experience as a form of evidence is important. And of course, sharing your perspective in a format in which you have to listen to contrasting perspectives. That sort of back and forth is a way to grow public speaking skills, self-confidence, research, critical thinking, really empathy, the ability to better understand the other. Really enjoyed my time with it. Looking forward to returning soon.